Have you been struggling with your finances lately? Wondering why, despite your efforts, nothing seems to be working out? You're not alone, and more importantly, you're not forgotten by Allah. Sometimes a delay in risk isn't a denial, it's a divine test. A test that comes before a powerful breakthrough, before the barakah you've been praying for finally arrives. In this video, we'll explore 6 clear signs that you're going through a risk test, and if you recognize these signs in your life, it may mean that Allah is preparing something greater for you. Many people lose hope right before their doors of provision open. Don't let that be you. Stay with me till the end, especially for sign number 5, because it's one most people miss, yet it holds the key to unlocking hidden barakah in your life. Let's uncover what these signs really mean, because barakah might be closer than you think. 1. Delays despite effort. One of the most subtle yet significant signs that you're being tested in your risk is when you're putting in consistent effort, yet nothing seems to be moving. You're applying for jobs, trying to grow your business, or seeking halal opportunities, but the doors remain closed. This situation can feel incredibly frustrating and disheartening, especially when you see others progressing around you. However, what we often fail to realize is that these delays are not meaningless. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, uses them to prepare our hearts, purify our intentions, and elevate our patience. When results are delayed despite sincere effort, it's a divine training ground. Allah is teaching you to rely on Him more than the means. He's building your resilience, increasing your rewards, and removing any arrogance that might come with success achieved too easily. Also, in these periods of delay, hidden blessings are often unfolding. You may be protected from environments, people, or wealth that would have harmed your deen or weakened your connection with Allah. Sometimes, the wait itself is a form of mercy. These delays are not setbacks. They are divine pauses designed to align you with something far better than what you originally planned. 2. Constant setbacks. Another clear sign of a risk test is when you're repeatedly facing unexpected setbacks. Just when things seem to be going well, something breaks, a deal falls through, or an emergency drains your savings. These recurring challenges may feel like you're moving 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. It's easy to assume you're being punished, but in reality, these setbacks may be a divine filter, removing what is harmful and replacing it with what is better for your long-term spiritual and worldly well-being. Setbacks can be a way for Allah to redirect your path. Sometimes we're headed toward a goal that looks good on the outside, but carries unseen harm. These interruptions push us toward alternatives that hold more barakah, even if they don't look like success at first. The very thing you view as a failure may be Allah's protection in disguise. Moreover, these hardships can build your inner strength and sharpen your tawakkul. Trust in Allah's plan. Each setback teaches you detachment from outcomes and attachment to the one who controls them. And when you continue to strive with patience through these difficulties, the eventual opening is not only more rewarding, it comes with peace, perspective, and divine approval. 3. Emotional exhaustion and tears in dua. When you find yourself crying during dua, feeling emotionally drained, and pouring your heart out to Allah with desperation, this is not a weakness. It's a powerful sign that your heart is deeply connected to its Creator. Emotional exhaustion in the path of seeking risk can often feel overwhelming, but spiritually, it reflects a heart that is sincerely turning back to Allah with complete humility and dependence. These tears are not in vain. In fact, they are precious to Allah. The moments when you're alone, broken, and crying in sujud are moments when your du'as are closest to being answered. Allah loves the sincere, broken-hearted slave who turns to Him with full submission. The pain you feel is often a sign that Allah is softening your heart and preparing it to receive His mercy. It's also important to realize that emotional struggle often brings clarity. In these raw moments of dua, your real priorities surface. You begin to ask for what truly matters: peace, contentment, closeness to Allah, not just material wealth. And this is a sign of spiritual maturity. When your du'as come from deep within, you are no longer just asking for rizq. You are seeking the giver of rizq himself. 4. Doors opening for others, not you. One of the most difficult tests during a rizq trial is witnessing others succeed while you remain stuck in your struggle. You may see friends securing jobs, building businesses, or achieving financial milestones, while your efforts seem unnoticed or unrewarded. This can lead to feelings of envy, self-doubt, and even questioning your worth or your standing with Allah. However, this situation is a personalized test meant for your growth. Allah's distribution of rizq is not based on favoritism. It's based on divine wisdom that takes into account your future, your soul, and your journey. The blessings given to others are not a reflection of your failure. Instead, they are a reminder that Allah provides in different ways to different people, at the right time and in the right measure. It's also a moment to practice sincere contentment and gratitude for what you do have. When you learn to appreciate your current situation and resist comparison, you develop a heart that's more grounded and focused on Allah rather than on worldly competition. Your rizq is written, and it will never miss you. What's delayed for you might be delayed to come in a better form, with more barakah, peace, and lasting impact. 5. Tested with sadaqah. During hardship, being urged to give sadaqah, charity, when you yourself are struggling financially is a profound test from Allah. It may feel counterintuitive. How can you give when you barely have enough for yourself? But this exact moment is when the test becomes a sign. Allah may be inviting you to unlock a hidden door of barakah through giving, even from the little you have. The sincerity of giving during difficulty holds a different weight in the sight of Allah. It reflects your trust that He is the true provider and that whatever you give, He will replace, often with much more. The Quran highlights those who give in ease and hardship, Surah Al-Imran 3:1-34, showing that generosity in times of personal struggle is a sign of deep faith. Sometimes you're not just giving money, you're planting a seed. That small act of charity might be the very reason Allah opens the gates of rizq for you later. Your sadaqah becomes a shield against trials, a cause for forgiveness, and a means of attracting unseen blessings. If you're being tested in this way, it may be a sign that a breakthrough is near, one that is earned through faith and sacrifice. 6. Spiritual closeness to Allah increases. A deeply meaningful sign that you're undergoing a rizq test is when hardship leads you to draw nearer to Allah. Instead of turning away in frustration, you begin to turn to Him more often. In prayer, dhikr, Quran, and sincere reflection, your heart feels more alive in worship, and your connection with Allah strengthens despite your material struggles. This closeness is not accidental. It's a divine gift that often comes wrapped in difficulty. When the dunya disappoints, the heart finds its true home in the remembrance of its Creator. The test of limited rizq may be Allah's way of shifting your focus from what you want to what you need, and what you truly need is Him. Spiritual closeness is also a sign that your priorities are being realigned. You begin to value tawakkul, contentment, and inner peace over temporary gains. You learn to seek provision with purpose, not just for comfort, but for service, worship, and gratitude. This inner transformation is often the key that unlocks the external change. When Allah sees your heart firmly anchored in Him, He provides in ways beyond expectation. If you feel more connected to Allah in your struggle, know that you're already being enriched in the most valuable way. If you're experiencing these signs, know that you are not being overlooked. You're being prepared. Allah never withholds except to give better. The Rizq test is not meant to break you, but to bring you closer to Him and elevate you before the Barakah arrives. So stay patient, stay consistent, and most importantly, stay connected to your Rabb. If this video brought clarity or hope to your heart, don't forget to like, share it with others who may need this reminder, and subscribe to Ascend Deen for more spiritually uplifting content rooted in Islamic wisdom.